Hello, dear ones. Today I want to have a little bit of a different uh, view or a little different energy in my YouTube because I just came back from the garden. I spend a lot of time in the garden and I grow my own food. And to me, it's heaven. To me, it's just like the natural way of living. And we're getting into to fall and there's not a lot left, but there still is. There are things you can grow year round. But what I specifically want to show you today is two incredible uh, vegetable squashes. One is a winter squash. You might just see the tip of it there. And the other one is a summer squash. And they're still yielding right now. So let me just show you here. This big one, I haven't weighed it, is called a pink banana squash. And I think these are the most delicious winter squashes of all. You can't really buy them in the stores. I haven't even seen them at farmers market, but just look at this. And we harvested all of them. I think we got eight. The first one we ate, and this is like a lot of people here, that one weighed 23.2 pounds, and it was quite a bit bigger than this one. So they get really, really big and they're so delicious. Just eating them without anything, without any, spices or herbs, just to taste it. Very creamy, very sweet, very just delicious. So if you want to try something, get some pink banana squash seeds and try it out. The other one I want to show you is called a Cucuzza. There is another name for it that I can't remember. I've always called them cucuzzas, and they grow from a trellis. So this is a summer squash, and this is not too big. I have some that are almost twice as big. They're also incredible. They're much more dense than a regular summer squash, and you can just eat them even when they get really big. And I love to make soups from them. So I just felt moved to show you this today, and this is what we're still harvesting. Also, broccoli still at this time of the year. So, uh, yeah, it's just such a delight for me to grow my own food. And today I'm hoping that I can inspire you to give it a try. You don't need a lot of space, but you do need some space. You can also do it in pots, and there's many YouTubes where you can learn more about it than I want to show you today. But I have a small plot of land right around my house. But the redwood trees got in my planter boxes underneath and opened up the gopher netting and started basically taking over. So it's been a little bit of a battle with the trees and then the gophers. So I started something across my street. I live on a very small little street. It's a lane. There's no houses on the other side, but there is a railroad track that is never used anymore. And between the railroad tracks and this little street, there was just some land that was covered in blackberries when I moved here many years ago. So I got the idea one day, I'm just going to cut some away of these blackberries. And this land does not belong to me. It belongs to the area here. But I just started doing it and I just cleared enough space so I could build one planter box. And that was so great. But then, of course, with blackberries, they start crowding in right away and they started taking over. So I thought, okay, I need to clear more. So I cleared more on one side and the other side. And then suddenly there was this extra space. I thought, well, let me put another two planter boxes in here. And that's basically how that little plot across the street from my house here was created, just a little bit at a time, no big plans. And now I think I have maybe 12 or 14 planter boxes, and I put a few fruit trees in there. And again, this does not belong to me, but they know I'm doing it and they actually really love it. So we can do things, especially when it just comes from a natural flow, where for me it was like, oh, let me do a little planter box. And it just has been growing on its own. And I even have a little greenhouse there that I had made from some old windows that I had here. So that's also a little greenhouse storage space, and it's actually quite amazing what we can grow over there. Tons of beans, tomatoes, cucumbers, broccoli, summer, winter squash, beans, peas, winter, summer squash, garlic. Putting in garlic right now. This is the best time to put garlic in the ground. Really, really easy to grow. Onions, leeks. I mean, we can grow basically anything here. I know you can't do that anywhere, but if you can, give it a try. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. And then when you start harvesting, these big guys and make the most delicious food from it, I can share with the neighbors and with friends because there is so much. It just becomes kind of an abundance and cornucopia horn, which in Danish is called an abundance horn. Is it called a no, not cornucopia. Yeah, not horn. That's the Danish. An abundance horn. So there's this horn where just food comes out, and that's what it feels like. So those of us who live here in this area, we just feel there's such an abundance. And I think also many times when we live in some kind of a feeling of lack, which is very common, when you start growing your own food, you start feeling the abundance of life, that it just flows and it just flows. But what we have been programmed to believe is that there is lack and that there is never enough. And there's not enough food, there's not enough water, there's not enough this, that, and the other. But when you grow your own food, you're like, wow, I got these 20 tomatoes out of this little seed, and I got 8 of these big guys out of 5 seeds I think we put in. Unbelievable. And I have more. I have 2 more winter squashes, butternut squash and kabocha squash, kombucha. Unbelievable. Just full on abundance. What would it take for you to just start a little bit? I actually have a friend who didn't have anything either, except just a little strip along the fence next to the cement. And years ago, I suggested, well, why don't you just put a few tomato plants or something in there? And now she has all these planter boxes, and just this whole cement area is just filled with these planter bags, I think they call them, or just planter boxes. She's even collecting rainwater. And she has no space, but she's been growing quite a bit of food. So we really can do a lot, and I invite you to do just even a little bit. And once you start feeling the abundance and the love that nature provides, just by, putting something in the ground and watering it, and of course, it needs some compost and some good soil and some love. Um, you will, I almost guarantee you that your sense of lack is going to get bumped against a little bit, because you start seeing that it doesn't make sense to believe in lack. If you look into the world, um, there's probably a lot of reasons to believe in lack, because it's always man created. There is no lack in reality. There is no lack of water. It's just that it's been polluted by so many companies who don't care, because money, as I'm sure you know, is our God. And we have moved so far away from nature and from what is natural that we have forgotten where everything comes from. It does not come from greed. It does not come from fear. It does not come from the density and the contractions that are being bombarded on us all the time. So my invitation for you is to just put a few seeds, even in a pot, even inside, and start noticing where life just flows really. I hope you enjoyed today's video, which is a little different, but it's this is such a joyful thing, and how can I not share this amazing abundance with you? Please like, share, comment. Let me know if you are already growing food. It's always so much fun to share about growing food and making food. Actually, I'm also part of a twice a month group where it's a food exchange where we bring the food from our gardens, the abundance, or just things that we like to make, and then we trade. It's not a matter of, yours is worth more than mine. It's like, would you like to trade this for this? And we just trade across. Somebody has tons of lemon and orange trees, so she comes in with this two huge buckets of citrus. And she's just so generous because there is so much, right? And then somebody else may just come with a little bit. So there's just a natural trade because it's all coming from the love and the abundance. So I hope to hear from you. Please like, share, comment, and I would love to hear how your garden is going, or if this motivates you to just stick a few fun seeds in the ground. I recommend the pink banana squash because it's just so amazing to see it grow. All right, friends, until we meet again.